You know, I went to business school. I actually went to Chicago. I was going to go to law school. It's a long story. I ended up going to business school. I worked for McKinsey over the summer and had a great summer here in Chicago at McKinsey. I thought I was going to be a consultant. And my business school roommate at the time worked for Lehman for the summer. And he said, you know what? Interview. Don't just sign on the line. Interview. Because you know, nothing else to do except drink beer your second year. So you guys want to do something productive. So I interviewed with a bunch of Wall Street firms. And McKinsey said, you know, experience only helps. You can come now, you can come later. They were very magnanimous about it. Goldman said it's now or never. So recognizing a free option when I saw one, I went to Goldman and had a great 21 years there. I really loved doing it on Wall Street. I never thought my wildest dreams of being in public service. I was actually asked by one of my partners 3 months or a month or so after 9/11, before I got the call to public service. I was asked by a partner of mine, would I ever think about public service? And I laughed and said, absolutely not. It's not for me at all. Now, it turns out that the guy who had been on the other side of the table negotiating deals for me and then became a client and a close friend of mine, became deputy mayor. And Dan called me in December of '01 and said, first he said, guess what, I'm going to be deputy mayor. I said, congratulations, Dan, that's great. And I'm thinking, have you lost your mind? And then the next sentence is, do you want to run EDC? And I said, no, what is it? And I actually said no 3 or 4 times. Dan said, look, I'm not quite sure what it is. It's economic development. We were about to go on vacation together, so he said, call me for your vacation. So I called it halfway through, and he said, I'm not sure, I know a bit more, but when you get back, let's get together. So we got together, and I got back, and he told me a bit more. He said, you know, it sounds interesting, Dan, but I don't want to do this. So he said, just meet with the transition committee. No obligation, just meet with the transition committee. So I met with the transition committee, a bunch of big New York business leaders, real estate developers, fascinating chat, had a lot of fun with them. Still didn't want to do it. The next morning, Dan calls and says, you were their first choice, they loved you. You have to say yes, just meet with the mayor this afternoon. So, the mayor had been mayor for about 3 days at that point. I go into City Hall, first time ever, and Mike Bloomberg and I had a lot of things in common in our backgrounds. He was the chairman of Johns Hopkins at the time. I'm on the board here. We both used to fly airplanes. We had a bunch of stuff in common. And so we talked about universities. We talked about flying. We talked about everything but economic development. And I say, I'm off the hook. He was doing Dan a favor. I was doing Dan a favor. End of story. Next morning at 7:30, my phone rings in my office. My secretary answers. Her eyes go wide. Andy, it's Mayor Bloomberg. And he offered me a job, and I accepted on the spot. This was essentially impulsive, but I guarantee it was not part of my plan. So I didn't want for what it is, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan.
Why do you think you said yes? It sounds like you said yes for
I said yes on the spot actually. You know, I said yes because, it was intriguing. The chance to rebuild and work with Mike Bloomberg, who's an incredible entrepreneur. And this is a guy who's not a politician, but he is an amazing business builder. He told me when I talked to him that this would be a different administration. He knows nobody anything. He has no political baggage. So we're going to do what's right. We're going to make tough decisions and do what's right. Dan Doctorow was a guy who ran a private equity firm, and whenever I had a tough insurance company to sell, I would call him. He was so creative and tenacious, such a visionary. If I could get him interested, he would get the deal done. And the chance to work with those 2 guys for rebuilding the city was pretty compelling. It wasn't in my neighborhood.
Yeah, what about you? What plans?
You know, I'm big balloons.